Hello, everyone. I'm Patrick Galactic, and you are watching The Pat Down. My guest is TBASA. Say hello, TBASA.
Hello, TBASA.
Very, very nice, sir. I see what you did there, and I liked it. TBASA is a well-known, almost respected member of the Seattle music community. He is a solo performer. He's the bassist in The Valley. He is also a booking agent for Substation and has been a talent booker for years in the Seattle area. So TBASA,
Yes, Patrick.
if that's how they say it, you've been in a number of bands throughout the years. What prompted you to start playing solo? Do you like it? Is it something you like more than playing in a band, or?
Well, there's less headaches, that's for sure.
Yep.
You don't have schedules and personalities to deal with other than your own. How it started, I think, was your question. I had met my future wife, and she had saw me on stage with a band, and that was the only reason why she pursued a physical relationship with me. Because before that, she just thought I was a dirty stoner that had no goals.
Was she wrong?
Well, at the time, no, she wasn't.
Okay.
But I tricked her enough into changing just enough, adapting, not
Yeah.
changing.
Yes.
Because we all adapt. Anyways, yes, she had said, hey, since you're frustrated with band A, B, or whatever's going on, why don't you just play your songs and do a solo type act? And I said, well, how am I supposed to do that? And she's like, well, just try like open mics. And, so I did it. And I remember I wrote my name down as, I didn't want to call myself Tim Basaraba because it's like that first day of school when the teacher like butchers your name and kids laugh at you. So I just put T for an initial and then BASA, which is the first four letters of my last name. And the open mic guy, I believe his exact words were, bend an ear for TBASA.
And you just were addicted from that moment
Well,
on.
I just thought, hey, that's cool, TBASA, whatever.
TBASA.
And then once people started reading it online, they assumed it was TBASA. So there was like these two factions, like the ones that like knew me, I was TBASA, and then the faction that didn't would come up to me and say, hey, TBASA, and I didn't want to tell them it's wrong. I mean, who has the right to phonically judge someone?
Well, we all do.
We have that right?
Basaraba? That's not your last name?
You're right. You're
so really, TBASA
so you're
is
obviously
right.
in the
Basa.
linguistics camp, not the traditional camp.
Yeah, I'm Team Basa.
Totally Team Basa, which is very similar to Team Edward.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, what do I like better? They both have fulfilling, gratifying, beautiful things about each of them. I would say there's nothing like being in a band where everything's clicking and the parts are greater. The sum is greater than the parts. And it's just like this beautiful magic that happens. And that's really hard to do by yourself.
You've recorded an album every 15 years? Every 10 years?
Every 15 years, so I only have one.
No. I mean, you recorded an album every year for 15 years?
Yeah, terrible albums. Up until about 5 years ago.
And so you made 5 great records and 10...
10 just, trials that I said, here's my album.
Right.
Instead of most people being embarrassed of... like, I'm going to wait for my magnum opus and put this on my future great I'm just like, I'll put it out there as a stamp in time. And doing that, sure, I look back and there's a couple songs I'm embarrassed of, but there's also cool stuff that I'm glad I'm able to hear, and it's archived nice and neatly. But yes, 15 years, 15 manic, you got to do it this year. You have to get it done before the end of the year. You have to name it. You have to say that you did it. But this year I said, let's shake it up. Let's bottle up these songs in my head and see what happens in 2016. As a loophole, though, I was going to do a cover album this year, and I've actually recorded most of the primary foundation tracks with my good friend Matt Stegner, who was he just produced and recorded the Wimps album.
Oh, wow.
Just got released on Kill Rockstars.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm really happy for him. But there's been some scheduling difficulties to get it done, so that'll probably come out early next year. And then my proper solo album, which I'll record myself because it feels good to record yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did the previous 15. That'll come out later. So next year I'll have 2.
Yeah.